I am a Sage 50 accounting user, and I'm stressing on the word user. I'm only a user that used the system for a long time. And every time there would be an update to the system, I will find difficulty to open a recently used company. So whenever I try to open a recently used company, I will receive the following alert. I will always get this error that says the Sage 50 Connection Manager is installed, but it isn't running on the computer where you store your data. And following the steps that was created by Sage, error number 193, when starting Connection Manager service resolution, I found it is very easy to fix, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. In my case, it was just simple quotation marks that I have to add to a path. But sometimes these quotation marks, they were there, they exist already. And in this case, I just remove them and add a new quotation mark. So it was so simple to do. But before we go directly to do that, we have to double check or verify that a path and a folder, they already exist on our computer. And how to do that? The first step is to go to search here, search here. Then you have to type services. So we are searching for services. Once you type services and you press enter, the services window will open. So once the services window is open, you have to scroll down until you find Sage 50 Database Connection Manager. Okay, so you scroll down until you find the Sage 50 Database Connection Manager and double click on it. It will open a new window. So once this window opens, we are checking for two things. The first thing we are checking is the service name, and we want to make sure that it reads Simply Accounting Database Connection Manager, and it is correct. The second thing we are checking for is the path to executable, and we are making sure that it will read like this exactly, which is C program files x86 Winsome connection manager simply connection manager.exe. Once we check that they are correct, we are going to close this window. So this next step is to verify that the Simply Connection Manager.exe file actually exists on your computer. So how do you do that? You just go on your file folder, double click on it, and go to your Window C folder. Double click on it. In this step, there are two folders that have similar names. One is called Program Files, and the other one is called Program Files, and between bracket x86. Double click on this one, which is Program Files x86. Once you double click on this Program Files between bracket x86, you have to scroll down, and at the end you will find Winsome. Double click on it. Then you will find Connection Manager. Double click on this one. In this step, we are only verifying and double checking the existence of the folder of Simply Connection Manager.exe that exists on this computer. Once we find the folder, that's all what we are looking for. We are not going to double click or anything. We just make sure it exists. And once we find it, we can close this window. After verifying or double checking that the path and the folder exist on our computer, we want to open the registry window in order to fix the quotation marks by right-clicking here and choosing Run. Once you opened the Run window, then type Regedit, which is Regedit, then press OK. So now the system will ask you, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device registry editor? And you say yes. Once you say yes, the registry editor window will open. Make sure that the Simply Accounting Database Connection Manager is selected and that this path exists. I am highlighting it, which is computer, H key, local machine, system, current control set, services, Simply Accounting Database Connection Manager. On the right-hand side, you will find the name, type, and data. Look for image path, and this is the path. So double-click on image path to open a new window. So now the edit string window will open. As you can see, the value name is image path and the value data. We cannot see it very clearly because the window is very small. So that's why I just added it on the side and I will highlight it in a yellow over here. So C program files between bracket x86 Winsome Connection Manager Simply Connection Manager.exe. So what we can see over here is exactly what we cannot see clearly over there in the box. So for that reason, I will press anywhere here and move using the arrows on my keyboard to the start or the beginning here. Then I'll use the shift and quotation mark, which will add the opening quotation mark before the C over here at the very beginning, and then use the arrows on my keyboard to reach the end of this path, and also use the shift and quotation mark that will add the ending quotation mark over here. It should be somewhere here because I'm just illustrating because it's a very small window, we cannot see it clearly. So in this case, you add the quotation mark or just replace them with new one and then press OK. Close the registry window and any other windows that are open on your computer and then restart your computer. After restarting your computer, now you can open a recently used company.